When people think about what an engineer is, they might think that it's all about fixing machines, connecting electrical wires, or constructing buildings, but really, there's a lot more to it. Engineering is also about having excellent management skills, coordinating with various experts across many disciplines. If an engineer cannot effectively lead their team or plan a project, it can lead to consequences for both the project and the company. So what is management? Management is the creative problem-solving process of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling an organization's resources to achieve its missions and objectives. These resources, such as people, finances, materials, and time, are coordinated to achieve the organization's mission and specific objectives. Through effective management, leaders guide the organization towards its goals by developing strategies, setting clear priorities, and allocating resources wisely. This process ensures that every component of the organization aligns with its purpose.
So, my name is Alherez Monroyo. I graduated at Marinduque State University as a mechanical engineer. I have also 4 years of experience in automotive company that focuses on machine designs.
Oh, I see. What about your strengths, weaknesses, and goals?
So, as a mechanical engineer with over 4 years of experience, my key strengths include problem solving, analytical thinking, and strong knowledge of engineering principles. I am also a good communicator within a team setting and when interacting with my clients.
Congratulations, Mr. Monroyo. You are hired.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I will do my best.
We are looking forward to work with you, so please be informed that there will be an orientation and you can start by next week.
Have a nice day, ma'am.
You too.
Let's look at the team who are about to assemble a meeting regarding their upcoming project.
We also need to make sure that the design fits with the given.
Good morning, everyone. Is everybody here?
Yes, ma'am.
But before we start our meeting, I would like to introduce our newly hired project engineer, Engineer Monroyo.
Nice to meet you guys.
All right, we're here to discuss our new client's request about their built-in ventilation. Why won't we start with the plan? Do you have any ideas or suggestions?
Planning, according to Aldag and Stearns, is the selection and sequential ordering of tasks required to achieve an organizational goal.
I think it's a great idea if we discuss the design first. We need to define the specification, including the materials, load requirements, and dimensions.
We also need to make sure that the design fits with the given budget and production constraints.
Sure, let's make an outline to identify the parts of the design. But we need to have an actual design ready for the review by the end of the week. We have a tight deadline.
How about the labor? We also need a clear plan for that.
I will let the human resource know about the manpower we need. Thank you. For manufacturing, please contact our suppliers about materials. We need to confirm the designs can be manufactured at scales without running into issues. I need the production timeline next week.
Under planning, there are strategic, intermediate, and operational types of planning. In this scenario, operational planning is at work as it involves determining the specific tasks that need to be accomplished. This type of planning is done by lower management. The next process of management is organizing the tools, materials, and especially the people to distribute the workload evenly and according to the workers' capabilities.
So for the design of the ventilation system, Engineer Rejano, you will be in charge about this since you have a background in CAD and ventilation system.
Of course, I can take care of that.
Engineer Monroyo, please help Engineer Rejano about the design. And for the manufacturing, Engineer Osacdin, please help communicate with our supplier regarding the materials and their cost. I need the information by Wednesday.
Noted, ma'am.
I'll handle the budgeting to keep finances under control.
Ma'am, I can talk to the human resources about the manpower that we need. I know the HR.
Oh sure, thank you for that.
Organizing allows the manager to delegate jobs to their team accordingly. Additionally, it focuses on how the team coordinates with numerous resources and tasks to ensure the project is finished efficiently and on time. As a manager, one must know how to lead their team effectively to achieve goals and solve problems. Leadership is an essential skill that the manager must possess, as it is also one of the processes in management.
Good afternoon, ma'am. There is a bad news regarding to our company's client.
Seriously? Call a team for a meeting. We need to solve this immediately. Since there has a problem, we should make some adjustment in our operation. Do you guys have any suggestions so we won't lose this client?
I can talk to our suppliers and ask if we get discount on the materials.
Yes, think if not cancel the materials, find another supplier for the materials.
Yes,
Engineer Luisaga, please analyze the budget I made, find some miscalculation or cost of the materials I overlooked.
Yes, ma'am, no problem.
Great. Meanwhile, Engineer Monroyo, would you examine the overall process flow and see if there are any steps in production where I might be losing in precision?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. I don't mind at all.
If you don't mind, I can come with you and talk to the clients to discuss if they want some changes and possibly make a negotiation.
Oh, thank you. Prepare your laptop, then we can go.
There are different types of leadership: autocratic, participative, free reign, and etc. In this scenario, the manager demonstrated a participative or democratic style of leadership which allows team members to collaborate with the leader and make suggestions. This approach is effective in problem solving. Controlling, on the other hand, refers to ascertaining whether organizational activities have been achieved. If not, why not, and determining what activities should then be taken to achieve objectives better in the future.
Alright, team, we're truly halfway of the project. I want to ensure on the track both financially and resource-wise. We're still within the budget, but I'm noticing some areas where we might go over if we don't adjust. Let's review the current status.
I've been tracking the expenses, and so far, we've spent about 60% of the budget. The majority of our costs have been on the materials and equipment, and if we don't adjust, we're likely to exceed the budget by the final stages of the project.
Thank you for the update. We need to take some corrective action now before we reach the end.
ma'am, I have noticed that some of the tools and equipment we've been using need some maintenance. I'm not sure if we should switch to a much reliable equipment since it will require another investment.
Let's weigh the cost of the maintenance and the cost of new equipment. Track the maintenance expenses for the next 2 weeks and decide if purchasing new equipment will save money in the long run.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'd like to address my concern about the design. The design is mostly on track, but there are a few revisions we had to make based on client feedback. Each revision costs extra time and testing materials, but the client insists on these changes.
That's expected with the product development. Let's try to lessen any additional revisions. What has been discussed. If changes are necessary, I'll need you to make sure we get approval before moving forward to avoid unexpected cost. Hello team, let's check on in the adjustment we've made. Engineer Osacdin, how was the equipment look?
I tracked the maintenance costs for the equipment over the past 2 weeks, and they've exceeded what we spent on the new equipment. I recommended purchasing the more reliable set. The new tools should improve production efficiency and save us money in the long run.
Let's make the purchase factor in the cost into our revised budget. Engineer Luisaga, have you been able to control the revision and keep them within our budget?
Yes, I've made sure we're not overdoing the changes, and I've communicated with the client to make sure no more unplanned revisions are required.
Great, it looks like we're getting back on track, both financially and with our resources. Let's keep monitoring the expense and stay proactive as in making adjustment as needed.
In management, controlling is important by providing the error needed to stay on track and achieve objectives efficiently. Through monitoring, feedback, and corrective action, controlling helps organizations maintain stability while fostering continuous improvement and growth. Learning and understanding the processes of management is a must if one becomes an engineer. It is essential for anyone aiming to succeed as an engineer. Beyond technical skills, effective management enables engineers to lead teams, plan projects, allocate resources, and ensure goals are met efficiently. Mastering these management skills allows engineers to maximize their impact, drive innovation, and contribute meaningfully to the success of their organization.